The Aseres HaDibros, the Ten Commandments, appear twice in the Torah. The first place is in our parsha, Parshas Yisro, and the second place is in Parshas Vayischanan, found in Sefer Devarim. Now, there are a number of distinctions between the Ten Commandments in our parsha and the Aseres HaDibros in Parshas Vayischanan. One very well-known difference is when it comes to Shabbos, when it comes to the commandment of keeping Shabbos. In our parsha it says that Hashem tells us to remember Zachor es Yom HaShabbos L'kadsho, to make it sanctified, to make it holy. Whereas in Parshas Vayischanan Hashem says Shamor es Yom HaShabbos L'kadsho, keep the day of Shabbos to make it holy. So there are some differences. I want to focus on one difference that is not necessarily seen by the naked eye, and that is the following. In our parsha, when it comes to the commandment of lo sirtzach, do not kill, and in Parshas Vayischanan, when it comes to lo sirtzach, do not kill, the words are the same, but the way in which the words are pronounced are different. How such? In our parsha, underneath the word, the letter tzadi, in the word sirtzach, is a patach. A patach makes the sound of ah. Underneath the tzadi, in the very same word, in Parshas Vayischanan, is a kamas, which is sounded as aw. Now, Rav Noach Mimintz explains that there's a reason for this. The reason is that there are two different types of murder. One type of murder is a murder which is a very physical type. Murder in which there's blood that is spilled literally and physically. A person is cut, a person is killed in a fashion that their blood is literally pooling on the floor. The other fashion is based on the Gemara Maseches Bava Metzia, is another method of killing a person, and that too is prohibited. And that is Kol Hamalbin Pnei Chavero Barabim Ki'ilu Shofech Damim. One who embarrasses their neighbor, a friend, another person, Barabim, in front of many people, it is as if they have spilled blood. Thus says the Gemara. So Rav Noach Mimintz explains that the reason why we pronounce Sirtzach differently in Parshas Yisro and Parshas Vayischanan is to teach us that in Hashem's order, in Hashem's commandments, He's telling us that it's possible to kill someone physically by spilling their blood from inside to out, representing the ah found in Parshas Yisro. But it's also possible to kill someone internally, which is represented by the awe under the tzaddik in Parshas Vayischanan, lo sirtzach. And Hashem is saying, just as you don't spill blood on the outside, just as you're not allowed to kill someone and spill their blood on the ground, take their life away in a physical sense, so too when it comes to an emotional sense, so too when it comes to a deeper level of self-understanding, a deeper level of relationship, of emotion, one is prohibited from interacting with a person in a fashion that will cause a person to be embarrassed to the point that it is as if that person's blood is being spilled. The individual who is the victim of being embarrassed in public is a person who has shame, a person who is now embarrassed and doesn't want to be seen, doesn't want to walk around and let anyone look at them. So they, in a sense, have also been killed. Therefore, the two different versions of the word sirtzach teach us that it's not only can we not kill someone physically and literally shed their blood, but we also can embarrass them and cause them shame, pain, fear, which in essence also spills their blood, although not on the outside in appearance, but certainly spills their blood on the inside, destroys who they are as people. And that is a sin that Hashem says belongs in the main 10 commandments, the main 10 dibros of the Torah. May we be zocheh to, as careful as we are when it comes to not embarrassing someone else, or when as careful as we are when it comes to not murdering someone, God forbid, because of the fear, we are just as careful when it comes to not embarrassing or hurting someone in a public fashion that will cause them shame, embarrassment, and fear. Thank you for listening. Have a good shot.